Today we are going to continue from the second paragraph of page number 2, A Triumph of Surgery. Okay, so let us start from second paragraph. Mrs. Pumphrey wrung her hands. "Oh, I will, Mr. Harriet. I'm sure you're right. But it is so difficult, so very difficult." She wrung her hand means she just made a motion with her hands to show that she is very much interested in following through the routine which has been prescribed by the doctor. Okay, she is determined, she is very much determined to start with the new set of rules which has been prescribed, the new diet which has been prescribed by Mr. Harriet. Not only diet, he has asked her in a severe manner, in a very serious manner, that you cannot be loose with this man, with this little dog. You have to give him the proper exercise and the proper diet every day if you want him to survive. Okay, so Mrs. Pumphrey tries to show as if she is going to be very much conscious about what he has said and she is going to follow through. Okay, let us continue. I watched their progress with growing concern. I was very much concerned with them. I watched their progress. Progress means the way they were walking back to their house. I watched it with growing concern. That means my concern for Tricky was growing. I was feeling anxious for the dog. Tricky was tottering. Tricky was tottering. Okay, tottering means stumbling. He was stumbling. He was not walking in the proper manner. He was stumbling and along in his little tweed coat. He was tottering along in his little tweed coat. That means he was struggling to walk in his little tweed coat. Tweed is a fashionable material from which coats are made, and we can understand that Mrs. Pumphrey was very rich. She was a very rich woman from this first. Okay, the first mention of her rich lifestyle is from the fact that she makes her pet wear a tweed coat, something which normal people can't afford. Okay, so we can understand that Mrs. Pumphrey is quite rich, and when it comes to her dog, she doesn't keep anything in hold, in check. Okay, she will give him everything. He had a whole wardrobe of these coats for the cold weather and a raincoat for the wet days. So there was a whole wardrobe of this kind of dresses. That means Tricky was really pampered by her, and he had a big fashionable wardrobe in which a lot of different coats was kept for him for the winter season, and for the rainy season also there was raincoats kept for him. Okay. He struggled on, drooping in his harness. He was drooping, he was bending down in his harness, in his collar and the rope that is tied around his neck. He felt, it looked as if he was completely without any energy. Remember, Mrs. Pumphrey had previously said that he looked listless. Listless means he was very much lacking energy. Okay, so in this way, he was walking away with his mistress. And I thought it wouldn't be dull. Yes, you can say that. Okay, listless might be like dull. Okay, looked as if he was lifeless, without any energy, without any, he was not able to give attention to anything around him. He was feeling extremely lacking energy. Okay, and that suggested that he is very sick. I thought it wouldn't be long before I heard from Mrs. Pumphrey. I was quite convinced that after a few days again I will get a call from Mrs. Pumphrey. The expected call came within a few days. Mrs. Pumphrey was distraught. Tricky would eat nothing, refused even his favorite dishes, and besides, he had bouts of vomiting. He spent all his time lying on a rug, panting. Didn't want to go for walks, didn't want to do anything. Okay, so the expected call means I was summoned to Mrs. Pumphrey's house. I was called on as my duty as a doctor, as I was a vet. I was called upon Mrs. Pumphrey's house to visit Tricky. Okay, so that's why I went to his house. What is the meaning of distraught? Distraught means upset, okay, feeling upset. Then she was very upset, she was very sad, she was full without any, she couldn't understand what she was going to do. Tricky would eat nothing. So what are the symptoms that she said? That Tricky was not eating anything, even his most favorite food he was refusing to have even his most favorite food. Now this was something very odd, because you see, previously Mr. Harriet has himself said, the narrator has said, that the only fault of Tricky was his greed, that even if he was full, he wouldn't refuse a food. So if he was refusing a food, it meant that he was actually very much sick. Okay, that's why he was, yes, that's why he was not even getting any food. He was not taking any food at all, even his most favorite days. And what else was there? He was having bouts of vomiting. Means his entire digestive system has failed because of Mrs. Pumphrey's over pampering. The fact that she used to continuously feed him food to satisfy her own, satisfy her own needs, to satisfy herself that she was feeding her dog and it's going to be something good. So just for her own sake, she was overfeeding her dog. And as a result of that, what happened? Tricky became bloated up like a sausage. And at this point, he was completely without any kind of ability to take any more food. He was continuously, yes, you can say that, Shuri. Okay, so some people are like that. You cannot say that they are bad people, but they don't have this much understanding about another person, and sometimes they feel like food is the answer to every problem. Okay, but it's not that. For pets especially, food is not the only answer. You need exercise and a balanced diet also. So then what other symptom was he showing? He was continuously lying on a rug. Rug means a thick kind of material like a carpet. Okay, so in that material he was lying down throughout the day, and he was panting, he was gasping for breath, which tells you that he was suffering from breathlessness as well. Okay, he didn't want to go for walks, didn't want to do anything. Okay, I had made my plans in advance. Now Mr. Harriet was very shrewd doctor. He knew very well that Tricky's mistress is not going to follow whatever I have said. He was sure, he understood very well human nature. He had a good understanding of human nature. So he understood from previous time itself that Tricky was going to be very ill very soon, and he had also made his plans in advance. What was the plan? The only way was to get Tricky out of the house for a period. The only way we can cure him was to take him out from his house for a long time. Okay, for a period of time I have to take him out from Mrs. Pumphrey's nose, and I suggested that he be hospitalized for about a fortnight to be kept under observation. Hospitalized means keeping him in his own surgery. Okay, surgery means a clinic. Here surgery means a clinic where a doctor treats his patient, okay, for diagnosis their patient. But there's another meaning of surgery with which we are more accustomed to, but here it means the clinic where Mr. Harriet used to head his veterinary works. Okay, so he had already understood that I have to take him away and I have to keep him under my care in my own clinic, and I have to take him away from Mrs. Pumphrey for at least a fortnight. So he suggested that. The poor lady almost swooned. She was sure he would pine and die if he did not see her every day. So she overestimated their attachment a lot. Okay, so she was sure. Why did she swoon? Why did she faint? Swooning means almost fainting, okay, losing consciousness. So she was so much taken aback by the suggestion of Mr. Harriet that she thought that my dog would die. My dog would die if he doesn't get to see me every day. Okay, because Sangam has written something. Ma'am, as Mrs. Pumphrey was too rich, so she might be too educated, so how she could make such bad thought that food could be everything for good health. Actually, education doesn't only mean you be educated with and going to college and stuff. Education doesn't mean that if you are rich you have to be educated. Education is of the mind, to have the wisdom. Okay, and she didn't have the wisdom and she didn't have the balance in her life. Many people are like that in our world, in our society, in your relatives, in your family also. If you are reading the story, you might even identify some of the characteristics which Mrs. Pumphrey has with somebody you know. Okay, now those people, they don't really mean any harm to anybody, but it happens not only towards pets, sometimes towards their own children, sometimes towards other. They feel like food is the answer to all problems. Okay, if you can feed somebody good food, they will be happy and they will be fit. Okay, so this is something very common, but just trying to be more, in order to be more concerned about Tricky, Mr. Harriet suggested that he has to be taken away from Mrs. Pumphrey. And pine here means kind of lament. Okay, so she said that my dog would die, he would lament all the time, he would feel sad all the time if he doesn't see me every day. So this is what she said. But the narrator, Mr. Harriet, was quite sure that the dog should needs the breather, okay, a little bit of space from his ever-loving mistress. He knows that too much love was suffocating this little animal and maybe it might even lead to his death. So he was very strict and very severe, and he said that no, there is no other way. I took a firm line. That is, I took a firm action. I was very strict in what I said. Tricky was very ill and this was the only way to save him. Okay, this was the, if you want your dog to survive, if you want your dog not to die, then you have to give him up to me for keeping. Okay. In fact, I thought it best to take him without delay, and followed by Mrs. Pumphrey's wailings. Wailings means moan, that means expression of sadness. She was crying maybe. She was crying and she was complaining, no, no, don't take Tricky away from me. He will die without me. Like that, maybe she was doing a lot of, she was trying to show, obviously her emotions were sincere. She was quite true in her love for the dog, but what she lacked in her life was balancing her love. Okay, so this man, Mr. Harriet, was very smart because he thought that if I gave her time to consider this, she will refuse it. So he said that I'm going to take Tricky right at this moment. So he just took Tricky up in a blanket and he marched towards his car. Okay. The entire staff was roused. Roused means awakened into activity. They started, Mrs. Pumphrey called out to each of them, go, go, give Tricky's this, give Tricky's that and all. Okay. So everybody was roused, everybody was started into action, and maids rushed in and out bringing his day bed, his night bed, favorite cushions, toys, rubber rings, breakfast bowl, lunch bowl, supper bowl, all the things that he required and he absolutely did not need. Okay. Realizing that my car would never hold all the stuff, I started to drive away. Realizing that all these different things that they are bringing for Tricky, which was absolutely not required. Okay, a dog doesn't need so many things. He just needs one bowl. He doesn't need any coat also. Okay, so just one bowl is enough. Yes, actually he was being treated like a human child. Okay. Then I started to drive away. I thought that I shouldn't give in to this habit of Mrs. Pumphrey and I shouldn't allow her to go on doing all these things. So I started driving away without the things. As I moved off, so he started driving. Okay, he was actually very smart. Mrs. Pumphrey, with a despairing cry of despair, oh my God, you are taking him away like that. She was feeling very hopeless, feeling very sad. What did she do? She threw an armful. That means she took a lot of little coats and she took it inside, she threw it through the window of the car. Okay. I looked in the mirror before I turned the corner of the drive. Everybody was in tears. So the whole house was in tears because Tricky was taken away. Tricky was like the apple of their eye. Okay, all of them loved Tricky a lot and all of them was very much disappointed because Tricky was being taken away from them. Out on the road, I glanced down at the pathetic little animal gasping on the seat by my side. So once he was away from their house out on the road, he just looked down at the little dog. Okay, he was gasping. Gasping means, drive means the place where you park your car, okay, and from where you take out your car, that is the drive. The lane through which you take your car in and out, okay, that is the drive. So he looked at the animal, who looked very pathetic, looked very sad, and he was still gasping for air. He was still feeling very much breathless. I patted his head, and Tricky made a brave effort to wag his tail. He was so much sick that he was not even able to wag his tail. Okay, poor old lad, you haven't a kick in you. That is, you don't have an even ounce of energy in you. You don't have any energy in you. Wagging the tail means moving the tail from one side. You have seen that how pet dogs greet their owners whenever they come. Even the street dogs, if you give them some food or if you are friendly with them, they will wag their tail looking at you. That is what wag means. It's a sign of showing affection for the animal. Okay, so the dog was trying to wag his tail because he had an attachment towards Mr. Harriet, but he was not able to because he was completely lacking energy. Poor old lad, you haven't a kick in you, but I think I know a cure for you. I think I know how to make you right, how to make you healthy again. Okay students, so here we are stopping today. Lag, where is lag? Lad, you wanted the meaning of lad, Sangam? Lad means boy, lad means boy. Okay, he was just in a familiar manner because Tricky was very much well known to the narrator. He just referred to him as lad. Okay. Okay students, till this point today we are going to continue with this story on the next class. Okay. Bye students.